I'm at the point where it feels like the seeking is kind of dwindling down, but I still notice that I'm always operating from a place of trying to figure it out, every moment. And I can see how that's suffering.
Yeah, you're heading into a understanding that you can't figure anything out. It's unfigure-outable. And when you collapse into that understanding and that knowledge that that is the truth, you will experience everything that you're seeking in this message. Right? Because what you're saying is that you're using this to try to get this. You're utilizing this finite tool to understand the infinite, to understand that two-dimensional plane of infinite potential, and your mind cannot get its arms big enough to get its arms around that, to know it and put a label on it and call it its own. So in the end, you will realize that you don't know anything. You don't know anything conceptually or intellectually. Yet, what remains in that unknowingness is the infinite of everything. So by knowing the one of yourself, you know everything. This is the ultimate paradox here, because you have to let go of everything that you are aware of, all conceptual knowledge, intellectual knowledge, any identities that you have, any attributes that you've added onto yourself. This is all a form of conceptual knowledge. And so there's a bridging that needs to happen, and it might kind of spook you a bit at the first, when you're like, wait, what remains? And what remains is what's always been here. Yourself is all that remains. And that one, and yourself is the one reality. And in that one reality, when that's all you know, because that one is infinite, you know the infinite. You understand what that means. And in that is total contentment, total satisfaction, total fulfillment, because that one is everything, and therefore it's whole. It's everything. It doesn't have any room for anything else to add into it, because it already is everything else. So it's getting comfortable with the wisdom that you can't know anything with your mind. That is the actual definition of wisdom. When you've emptied yourself of all conceptual knowledge, what remains is pure wisdom. The wisdom of yourself. The one reality. And there's an apparent barrier that you need to cross, and this is only a barrier that the ego just thinks exists. This barrier between letting all of this go and getting to the other side of this barrier. You might have seen it in my videos. I say this is a barrier that the ego believes exists, and it's out here in this world of conceptual knowledge, and it hears of this thing called enlightenment of the infinite, or awareness, consciousness, and it's like, how do I get over there? Wait, I gotta let everything go that I've been working on my entire life to have brought me here today. I've got to let all that go. And therefore I've got to cross this line. You'll realize that once you find the courage to let this go and you cross this line, as you look back to check out all of your work, you'll realize this line never existed. Because what is down here is all that's ever been here. It's this line, and it's this ego out here, excuse me, that's never been. and it wants to know what this is so that it can cross this line. It wants to know what it's going to experience down here. And to continue the paradox, that the ego doesn't exist down here. So it's like the moth before the flame. It's got to kill itself, basically, to know itself.